Whew. Welcome to the stream again, guys. We will play Psy after a long pause. I'm very happy to say we will play Psy. I really missed that novel, so let's just do that. My soup was great. Episode 9, Season 3. Lou is asked to commit a crime. Access to natural resources cannot be restricted by genetic criteria. Charles Montapin. They never speak so loudly of common interests as when they are pursuing their own agenda. Episode 9. Trust. Lou listened to Jonas. Then she cursed. She closed her eyes for a moment, concentrating. Yours. Her built-up fatigue weighed down her thoughts, forcing her to think more slowly. Jonas, we need to be certain. Listen to what she has to say. Make sure. He answered almost sharply. Are you seriously hoping that this could all be coincidence? I'm seriously worried that this might be a setup. How last episode ended? Lou realized that they found like a bag of Irma. It's Jonas' sister. So, and on this bag, like they found like paper with agitation about changing, about like against a government, you know, blood manifest, I think it calls. So they are talking about his sister now. I'm seriously worried that this might be a setup. She looked at the time. I have to be at work in the morning to get there and back. It's okay, we will make it. Well, it's probably not a problem for me to be an hour and a half late. Do you want to go now? Lou, you shouldn't. Lou nodded. She didn't want to lie to Jonas. Yeah, I'm dead tired. I will sleep for 3 hours and that will be enough. Then we will go, okay? Uh-huh. I will make the bed now. Thank you. Vroom vroom. Her need to keep her eyes on the road helped her not to think about that damned bag. It was more difficult for Jonas, who was hugging Lou from behind. He had no control over the situation at all. Lou sincerely sympathized with the healer and found it hard to even imagine how he felt. Beyond that, Lou was angry, very angry. She accelerated. They needed to find out everything about that as soon as possible. When they arrived, the sun had not yet risen above the horizon, though the sky was already bright. Jonas rang the doorbell, long, persistent. A freshly awakened sleepy Irma opened the door. Hello, did something happen? Come on in. Rustling sounds came from behind the slightly open bedroom door. Tom was probably getting up. Yeah, something happened. The Inquisition turned my whole apartment upside down. Lou and Jonas sat down. Irma fussed around and turned on the simple kitchen unit. Well, I'm sure you can imagine how these kinds of searches go. It must have been a nightmare, Jonas. I'm sorry. It's just so early in the morning. I wasn't expecting you. As if frightened by her own words, Irma put a hand to her chest and hastily reassured them. Oh, Don't think that I'm upset about it or anything. You can come over whatever you want. But is there something else going on? Hey? The healer answered both of them at once. Yes, hello, Tom. He looked intently at his sister. You came to the hospital with a pink bag. Well, yes. Where is it now? She hesitated and scratched her head thoughtfully. I don't remember. It's around here somewhere. Why? Show me. Guys, what's going on? What's that bag got to do with anything? Jonas remained silent and did not take his eyes off Irma. She began to actively look for the bag inside the closets in the bedroom. When she returned, she shrugged. Listen, I'm sleepy now. It's around here somewhere. I'll find it later, or maybe I left it at our parents'. Irma, that's enough. Sit down. Okay, we are emotional, so don't take us for idiots. Lou jumped and grabbed her friend's hand. Crap, no bag. You left it at the hospital. Well? Oh, you will give me a bruise. Lou, take it easy. What are you doing? Easy? Did you know what was in that bag? And you, Irma, did you? Lou, I don't understand. You're lying. You're lying to our faces. To my face. She abruptly sat Irma down at the table. Don't lie. Lou deliberately pressed them for information. Though she despised herself for it, she used the skills she had learned from interrogations at the Inquisition. The truth, Lou hoped to find irrefutable proof that everything that had happened was a huge mistake and coincidence. She was going to apologize to her friends and 1,000 times over later, but at that moment it was important to disprove the dangerous assumption she and Jonas had come to. Changing the rhythm and timbre of her voice, just as Joncière did, Lou continued in an almost sympathetic manner. Did you intentionally put Jonas in danger? Or were you blindly following someone else's instructions? Irma, you are just a courier, aren't you? Don't be scared, tell me. Irma's gaze suddenly shifted. It became sharp and icy. Although it was completely impossible, it even seemed as the usually soft features of her face had changed. She raised her head. She spoke quietly, but not because she was scared or dejected. On the contrary, she seemed to be holding back her anger. But nothing happened, did it? No one put Jonas in danger. The Inquisitor has nothing to show for the search. Jonas is clean. And in case they suddenly planted something on him or began to intimidate him, she narrowed her eyes predictorily. We have you, Lou. Look at her face, guys. Look at this face. Such a wolf in sheep clothes. Such a bitch face she has. We have you, Lou. An AC employee, well-connected and serving the prior. Sorry, that sounded rude, but it's a fact nonetheless. I texted you about the search, didn't I? There is no need to act like it's a tragedy. Everything is fine. Irma, holy shit, Toma! What, Eunice? The healer didn't look indignant or angry, just stunned. You? Yes, I know everything. Shit! Your bag was found and the Inquisition is now investigating. You do realize this isn't just gonna go away, right? It's a pity that they found it, but it's okay. Let them read. There were a lot of flyers in there. There should be enough for everyone. We will print more. You will print more? How long have you been involved in this? Irma and Tom looked at each other. She spoke first, a slightly defiant tone in her voice. I was doing it even when you were still in boarding school. One day I suddenly grew up and realized what awaited my brother. So much humiliation, so much pain, so many more brothers and sisters just like him, and I didn't like it. I found those who shared my views. Didn't our parents notice anything? Are you surprised? Now I don't know, probably not. After graduation, when Irma and I started dating, she gradually opened up to me. She told me that there are people who are willing to back up their beliefs with action to fight with us for psionics and the unstable. Have you read The Blood Manifest? You read it. That means you can't use the excuse we were asked to deliver it. We didn't know what was in it. You will be hanged. They will hang you in public, in the square, in front of your family. This isn't a beautiful romantic death. It's fucking awful and disgusting. I saw it. I stood right next to it. You will hang in the air, shit yourself, and then your bodies will be sent to the scientists to be dismembered. Maybe some of your parts will remain in jars of formaldehyde for years. Isn't that scary at all? It is scary, very scary, but the way things are, that's even worse. Irma leaned forward, no longer trying to stay calm. She clenched her fists and hissed. I'm sick of living in whispers, constantly tiptoeing around, speaking in a low voice. Just look at how they treat you. How people die from eating synthetic food intermediary while the pure ones enjoy natural meat. How Tom waited on the street in front of the partner control building while they tried to slip me another inseminator. How? She didn't finish, stopping short. Oh fuck, Irma. You don't know yet that Tom could get you pregnant. As if she had pulled herself together, Irma leaned back in her seat. After a pause, she said coldly, We haven't been hanged yet, and they won't hang us. They won't find us. And even if they do, sometimes you have to stand up, even though you know they are going to knock you back down. You will be betrayed by your own. They will rat you out at the first sign of danger. You don't know what you are talking about. Maybe you can enlighten us, you idiots? Sorry, Jonas, but no. The less you know, the better. That goes for the both of you. At least for now. Drop everything. Get out while you can. We can't. We will go all the way, Lou. Tom? Shit. Damn, anyone else? Doggone, even? Damn, anyone else? Doggone. Doggone, even. But you! In those pajamas? This is bullshit. Lou knew what the healer meant. She didn't recognize her friends either. The harmless, sweet Irma and the always calm, unhurried Tom, both so soft and cozy, the homebody kind, that didn't fit the image of members of an underground group at all. Neither Doggone nor Irma nor Tima, no. You think nothing happened, Irma? An inquisitor was rummaging through your brother's underwear, and that's the least of our problems. If they arrest you, everyone will have a hard time. Your social group, your friends, your family. You have already gotten Jonas involved. Now I am too. You got yourself involved. You could have made sure he was okay and left it at that. There was no need for you to come here and ask questions. The Irma I knew would never say that. And the Lou I knew would never protect an executioner. What are you trying to achieve? Equality. Today it might sound unrealistic, but tomorrow, in a month, in a year, it will become a reality. Oceans and rivers are made of drops of water. We won't back down until we destroy the dams. Our blood manifest is the foundation for new laws, fair laws, laws that won't divide people into who's better and who's worse. No, we are not some batshit crazy terrorists who just want to blow things up, overthrow the government and cause chaos. We understand that blood cannot be erased with blood. You need a clean canvas, and we tried very hard not to get it dirty. What a gift for the vicar. He will pin everything on you. We want to change this criminal order that distorts people's personalities and consciences. And most importantly, we know how to do that. Beautiful words. A lot of people would like them. Tom either missed or ignored the sarcasm in Lou's voice. As usual, he spoke slowly as if explaining something to a small child. Please understand that what we do is for everyone's sake. You may think otherwise, and you may judge us. You have the right to do so, but remember how you lived before you had a good salary. Think about how Kiddo will live. Now tell me honestly, like you always do, which is why we have always respected you. Is this okay, Lou? Should things be like this? Irma stood up next to Tom. Next time you find yourself at another rooftop party in the center, meanwhile with the owners of the city, don't forget how the people below you live, including those who supported you and didn't condemn you when you got a job with the AC. Seemingly at a loss for words, Jonas winced and shook his head. Something pricked at Lou's consciousness, a vague feeling, a premonition. Now I'm afraid to think about why you supported me in the first place. She stopped those poisonous thoughts from going further. What exactly are you planning to do? Please understand us, Lou. You serve in the AC and you guard the prior. Look at her eyes, guys. Such a fox she is. You don't trust me? There was no point in reminding them that when Irma was worried about her brother, Lou was the one she reached out to. Silence hung in the room. The conversation is pointless. They won't tell me a word, and I won't be able to convince them of anything now. She looked at her watch and asked Jonas, "Shall we head off?" He nodded silently and stood up. Though he continued to look at his sister as if trying to recognize a once familiar face. And he was already at the door. Irma grabbed her brother. I love you, Jonas. Both of you, Lou. Believe me, this is necessary. The healer spoke to Tom, who was standing behind her. You didn't talk her out of this, if anything happens to her. He walked out without finishing his sentence. Lights came on the windows of the residential blocks. People were walking up, having breakfast, and getting ready for their working day. There was no one else on the street except the two psionics approaching the motorcycle. Calm, withdrawn, and trying to wrap his head around what he just heard, Jonas asked briefly, "Did you see those flyers?" No. The healer nodded, his expression slightly detached, and put on his helmet. They were still a few miles from the city when Jonas tapped Lou on the shoulder and asked her to slow down. Lou pulled over to the side of the road and turned to look at the healer. If you need, I can stop at the gas station 3 minutes away. No, don't. Are we running late? Lou shook her head. She watched silently as he got off the bike, leaving his helmet on the seat. He walked away from the road, sat down on the grass, and lit a cigarette. Lou turned off the engine and approached him quietly. Jonas took a deep breath as he stared off into the distance. Luke noticed the cigarette trembling in his hand. Her heart was turned to shreds. It was the first time she had seen the healer in such a state. He exhaled in a way that seemed calm, but Lou felt how his every word was full of pain, anxiety, and confusion. I don't know what to do if Irma is executed. Thanks for follow. If they get caught, that's exactly what will happen. What the hell do I say? Lou kicked a pebble and shifted from foot to foot, searching for the right words. Simple, everything will be fine won't do. He took another drag, blew smoke through his nose, and frowned. Then he spoke in an even serious voice. Lou, I don't often ask for things, and you serve in the AC. Failure to report a crime is against the law, I know that. But I'm asking you very much so. Jonas looked into the distance, into the horizon. Help her. Jonas, of course I'll do anything. Everything I can. I have connections. I will definitely come up with something. He finally turned to her. Assholes. Lou impulsively kneeled down and hugged Jonas. We will figure this out. Do you hear me? You know I'll take down anyone for you. You know that, right? Yes. Of course, Irma, they are trying to change things in their country. That is right to do, but they really make it very dangerous way. Like, they don't know that Prior is against everything that happens in their world. They don't know that it's all about Vicar. It's his fault. They don't know that Prior and their team, they are now working on something. They are trying to change the world. So they are these people trying to change the world by themselves. His sister. Yeah. But anyway, Irma is a little bit of a bitch because she was like talking with Lou like, you're working in an AC. I'll figure something out, trust me. The more important thing now is to keep yourself out of trouble. Don't take any initiative. Don't go to Shaza. Don't try to figure anything out. Jonas, even if you trust someone completely, don't say a word, not a word to anyone. Fine, I understand. I get it. I'm not a child. Lou. Thank you. There is no reason to thank me yet. He objected calmly. Yes, there is. For example, because I can rely on you. I trust you more than I trust myself, Lou. She rested her head in his shoulder and whispered honestly. You have no idea how much it means to me to hear that. I have found myself in a crazy world of constant insinuations and half-truths. And now Irma doubts me. Jonas shocked. Irma is wrong, she's talking nonsense. After a few puffs, he asked, Do you have a good relationship with your boss? If you get in trouble, would they bail you out? He should. Will he? The healer put out his cigarette and gave Lou a sidelong glance. At the lake, you seem to want to tell me something. Have you thought about it? Lou hesitated. Now is probably not the time. Not the time for what? For this level of honesty. Lou was the first one to chuckle at the strangeness of her argument, but Jonas didn't insist. Whatever you think is best. Like it's going to be any easier later. I have already made up my mind, so why is this so hard? He watched as Lou wrinkled her forehead and nervously picked at the skin on her finger. Then he spoke sympathetically. I think this is tearing you apart a lot. Lou suddenly felt cold. She hugged her legs and hid her face behind her knees. The person closest to her and a secret she had learned at work, trust, and a lie that affected everyone. Jonas gently ran his hand through her hair. I won't be offended if you don't say anything. I just see that you feel bad and it's burning you out from the inside. Those words and his touch were the last straw. Nobody can know about this. Nobody at all. It's a death sentence, no trial, no right to explain. They will liquidate anyone at the slightest suspicious that it have this information. I understand. It's not a joke, and it's very dangerous. Yes, this concerns the specific of psionic reproduction. As if making sure her wording was correct, he asked, the specific of psionic reproduction? Lou lit a cigarette too. Yes. We can't have children. And we don't need miraculous fertility stimulations, stimulants, or other external interventions. Everything is natural. Lou told him only what concerned every psionic. She didn't mention the vicar and his empathy or anything else that had come up as she worked at the prior service. Lou didn't know if she was doing the right thing, but she immediately found it easier to look Jonas in the eye. That gnawing guilt she felt for lying disappeared. The healer ruffled his hair, cursed terribly, apologized, and then lit another cigarette. One after another. Ignoring her words, Jonas chuckled a little nervously. I always thought the postulate were bullshit, but here comes the biggest question, Lou. How are you still alive? Because the person who needs me told me this. And when he stops needing you, Lou shook her head as if calculating something. Well, the person in question has his quirks and his own agenda, but he won't put me in the line on fire for this. I'm sure of that. Okay, you're smart. If you're sure, you're sure. Say something. Do you want my opinion? She nodded. The information shouldn't be buried, even if any interaction with it will cause bloodshed. Either a little blood at a time, eliminating those who know, causing a few casualties as possible, or a lot at once, causing a global redistribution of power. But Lou, removing the symptoms of a disease without treating its root cause is a bad decision. Without stopping to carefully choose her words, Lou blurted out what was weighing on her soul. So you won't turn away from me if I am up to my elbows in blood? Jonas pressed her tightly to himself and sighed into her hair, passion in his every breath. Never. Do you hear me? Never. Yes, I will curse and swear. Yes, I will find it hard to understand. Yes, I won't approve of your stupid decisions, but I will never turn away. I love him, he added more calmly. The important thing is that you don't turn your back on yourself when you get into all this shit. Lou swallowed. Her words got stuck in her throat. She kissed him quickly but sensually, full of desire. Then the healer stood up and gave her his hand, helping her to her feet. I can't lose you. We will get out of this somehow. Jonas asked to be taken to the hospital in the center, and Lou managed to get to work on time. Lou stopped by her room to change her clothes and fix her hair. Oh. Not bad. Yeah, not bad. Really beautiful, finally. After all these episodes, in the end, thank you. With the last haircut, she looked like a Beyonce a little bit. Yeah. Oh, my favorite haircut. Oh, it's my favorite, guys. So beautiful. I like in all colors, to tell the truth. In all colors, I like this haircut. But they will not give me to choose because it's Diamond Rush. I can choose only one. I decided to choose like more. Yeah. Maybe. Her conversation with Irma and Tom kept replaying in her mind. She saw their faces over and over again. This is all going to end badly. Hello. Hello, is he in? Lou nodded in the direction of Martin's office. Yes, with Kay. How are you? I'm okay. How about you? I never felt so good taking a shower as I did when I took off those overalls. Good morning. Hello, Lou. Hello. Ivo. The prior looked up from the papers in front of him. Can we talk whenever you have a minute? Martin nodded. Give me 5 minutes. Lou sat down on the sofa beside her partner. He looked at her attentively and a slight uneasiness appeared in his gaze. Realizing that he could feel her tension, Lou tried to relax a little. Soon Martin put the papers aside and pointed to the chairs opposite him. Please, you wanted to discuss something. The cameras are off. Lou stood up and looked at Kay. He also stood and walked with her toward their boss. After waiting for them to settle down, Eva gave them a restrained but encouraging smile. How is Jean-Pierre doing? What exactly are you asking about? How is he feeling after the expedition, generally speaking? Mark is fine. Did anyone else find out about the expedition? No, everything went according to plan. The vicar may be monitoring all trips outside the perimeter, but nothing about this trip should ring any alarm bells for him. Besides, Jean-Francois should have enough to worry about right now without this. Any news? Mark has already submitted the report and the photographs taken in the laboratory. He looked at the empath. In general terms, Monsieur Stone has been brought up to speed. Yes, I have no questions so far. Of course, what you found there is terrible. However, there are also positive aspects. You collected important evidence. It is direct, vivid, easy to understand, and rather engaging. Yes. And this is an extremely unpleasant problem for the vicar, though he doesn't know about it yet. Yeah, I think French. It's his fault for saying too much at dinner. Eva grinned. Did he really say too much? I thought he didn't want to tell. She narrowed her eyes. Or did the vicar tell you on purpose so that you would trust him? Nothing brings people together like shared secrets. This choice affected your relationship with Eva. You're a fast learner. Perhaps you had made a good politician. But he really set himself up with that laboratory. He probably just wanted to mention it in passing, but I didn't let him get off the subject. There are always risks in these things. Jean-Francois doesn't know that you have been playing your game for a long time, so to him, this minor oversight didn't seem dangerous. Martin clearly liked loose reasoning. What exactly is going on right now? Please explain it, Ivo, at least in general terms. The vicar? The vicar is preparing to push the council aside. To use sports terminology, oh. All players are taking their positions. Of course, he doesn't trust me completely and will tread carefully. A question escaped Lou's lips. And you? Oh, sorry, Monsieur Prior. I probably shouldn't ask such questions. Martin didn't withdraw. He spoke while looking into her eyes. And I, or rather we, will catch the vicar when he tries to attack. He plans to hit the vicar when he hits the council, just like a hunt in ancient times. Only this time there are no animals, only people. It won't be less bloody though. What did we bring back on those drivers and in those containers? The data from the drives is still being processed. Protest. I can guess what's on them, but we had better wait for confirmation. I think the containers will take a little longer to deal with. They are, let's say, an unpredictable detail. More ambiguity. Players are taking positions. Details are unpredictable. Irma and Tom are working in the shadows, and I feel like an idiot. Kay, of course, was the first to notice Lou's mood. He glanced at her worriedly. The prior was the next to notice her dissatisfaction. Is something wrong? Lou's voice changed. Her words became angry and heavy like lead. I have to confess that I took something from the laboratory. I don't even know why I took it. I just couldn't leave it there. Lou took a folded piece of paper out of her pocket and carefully straightened it out. A drawing. Put it on the table. Stone frowned, his jaw clenching. I guess I wanted to keep it as a memento, so I will never forget. Eva's gaze remained fixed on the sheets of paper for a few seconds. Then he leaned back in his chair and brought his palms together, his fingertips touching. The cold, utterly impassive eyes of the head of the Inquisition stared at Lou. The tone of his words matched his gaze. The photos taken by Mark clearly showed that there were children among those executed. No doubt they were experimented on as well. The absence or presence of a drawing in the material submitted does not play a significant role. It's okay. She couldn't contain her emotions and interrupted him. No, Ivo, this is scary. Nobody nowhere should ever have to go through this again. Lou knew that she had gotten carried away, as she sometimes did, but the words rose to her throat and she couldn't stop them from spilling. Lou pointed at the drawing. I need to know that this won't happen again. And you are not explaining what you are up to. It's like you don't trust me. And Jonsier, too, he still doesn't know about the vicar's psy-empathy, doesn't he? Ivo narrowed his eyes dangerously and spoke sternly. You're forgetting the chain of a comment, Initiate Reed. Lou suddenly felt the urge to throw all his papers off the desk and make a mess, to destroy that soulless framework of rules, but she held herself back and squeezed out an apology instead. Please excuse me. With all due respect, Monsieur Prior. Okay, I agree with Lou. Eva looked at them. Then he signed as if he was suffering from a migraine. Yes, I'm not telling you everything, but at the same time, there is something that only you know and Mark doesn't. And there are also some things that only Daniel knows and so on. Only I have all the information. Monsieur Martin, no matter how hard we try, there is always a chance that something might happen to you. Then you will sit down and talk, contact some more people, and easily get the whole picture. For now, I ask you not to do that. I deliberately divide information not out of mistrust, but as an insurance policy. In the event of my death, control of the Inquisition will pass to Mark for a while. Jean-Francois will try to replace him as quickly as possible, but Mark will have time. He should have time to complete the mission. He will have trustworthy people help him, yourself included. Obviously, I have worked through several potential scenarios. Can we consider this matter closed? Yes, thank you. Thank you. Eva nodded. Great. Next, you want to know what my ultimate goals are. On one hand, you follow my instructions, risk your lives, and go beyond the scope of your official duties, so you are reasonably expecting a certain amount of openness. On the other hand, there was no power and strength in Eva's voice again. You did this voluntarily, and I'm not obliged to give you any expectations. Kay, trying to calm down the situation, said, his tone conciliatory. Of course, Monsieur Martin, this is not up for discussions. A little more clarity would help ease the tension, but if you think it's necessary... Stone didn't finish. The prior looked at Kay, then at Lou. Fine. First, I want to remove Jean-Francois. As in, kill him? Remove him from the political arena, Lou. Charge him with the evidence and put him on trial. Second, I intend to reveal the truth about psionics. Tell the people who you really are. Now I'm working to ensure that the political destabilization I'm getting sick, guys. That will inevitably follow with cause as few casualties as possible. The contents of the containers and the data retrieved from the laboratory were puzzling and added chaos to my plan. In other words, you caused problems for the vicar, which I was counting on, but you also threw me a curveball. Now, if things are confirmed, I will decide what to do with it. Lou, you're right. I don't want to explain everything right now. As I said earlier, this is for insurance purposes. You will find out all the details later. Finally, and this is not the most important thing, but it is still important enough. Eva Stone remained as measured as usual, as if he was discussing routine work. Of course, I would like to survive. The number of people I can trust can literally be counted on one hand. 2 of them are in this office. Thank you. His confession was disarming, and Lou involuntarily smiled. Damn it, I can understand him. At least he said something concrete. Thank you, it was really important for me to understand what was going on. It's easier now. Likewise, Monsieur Prior. Lou picked up the drawing from the table and carefully put it back in her pocket. The man didn't comment. Before noon, the prior had several meetings. Then he let the psionics go. Daniel was busy and didn't pay any attention to them. Luke caught Stone by the arm and pulled him aside. "Okay, I have a big favor to ask you. You mentioned that you have a gadget that can detect tracking devices. Help me out. Can you come to my place with it?" He frowned, but he didn't ask any questions and answered immediately. "Sure." Kay put his bag on the floor and pulled out a black plastic disc with a short handle. He looked at Luke questioningly. She turned off the surveillance system. "Well, tell me, what are we checking?" "Everything, Kay. Absolutely everything." How wonderful. Keep in mind that we will come across that sensors installed by Boretti's specialists. Do you know where they are?" Most of them are in that wall, and well, in some other places. Kay glanced sideways at Lou. Oh! I'm sorry, guys. Fat Beast came back. Very fat. Kay glanced sideways at Lou, still in no hurry to find out what that was all about. He clicked the button of the handle on the scanner. "I will check the entrance right away." He moved the disc over the door and along the sides. At first, Lou didn't even notice that the device was working, but when it got close to the electrical wiring and the switch, a yellow indicator light came on. Stone then raised the disc above the door frame and it immediately flashed red. "Lou, those are ours." "Okay, what's next?" "Check the motorcycle." Lou nodded toward her bike. The device identified the motorcycle's electronics one by one, its yellow diode blinking. Stone stepped to the right toward the toolbox, and the light turned red. Lou sighed quietly. Shit. She laid out all the... That must be a romance scene if you're with Kay, maybe. I don't remember. She laid out all the contents of the toolbox and pushed them aside. The red light only appeared over the tools themselves. Lou and Kay quickly went through all the items, a roll of the electrical tape, terminals to connect the motorcycle to an outlet in an emergency, rain repellent spray. The scanner highlighted a small bag with a screwdriver inside. "Do you remember who gave us this as a present?" After examining it, Stone said, "The handle comes apart." Inside was a cavity from which the empath shook out a bog, dropping it onto his palm. Lou picked it up, then quickly walked to the window and opened it. Fuck! The bug flew out into the street. Lou closed the window. You will have to think very carefully about how you're going to inform Boretti that one of your friends has been keeping tabs on you. Friends? What? How did you? It's obvious. The screwdriver It's from a set of tools that you had never buy for yourself, so it must have been a gift. You don't like this color, so the pink tools are clearly a joke, and only your friends would be allowed to buy you a gag gift like this. It is really obvious. Do you want me to pour you a drink? She shook her head. Shall I finish the inspection then? Uh-huh. After making sure that there were no more unnecessary devices in the house, Kay asked, "Do you take these tools with you?" "No, definitely not. I have never brought them out of the house. But I could have thrown them in the trunk and taken them with me. I understand that this is a problem. I need to think." "Lou, of course, I'm not going to report it. Is there anything I can do to help?" "Maybe later. I will tell you what's going on. Just let me digest it first." "Okay, do you know who was listening?" "Yeah." "Are you safe with this person try to harm you?" Luke couldn't seriously believe that Irma and Tom could be capable of threatening her. Her brain refused to think of her friends that way. She shook her head. No, I'm not in any danger." Lou rubbed her face, trying to come to her senses. "You know, partner, every day the word fuck gets more multi-faceted and profound. I'm worried about you." "Sorry, I won't tell Jonas about this. I want sneakers." "I want sneakers. I want Twix." "I won't tell Jonas about this. He already has a hard time talking to his sister." Tom put the now switched off scanner into his bag. "Where did you get that?" "From my previous job." "Kay, I have never asked or pressed you for details, but why did you leave security?" "If I tell you..." Kinder Bueno. Jag adoro. "If I tell you, your attitude toward me might change. You might feel uncomfortable." "Sorry if the subject sucks, but I won't feel uncomfortable." He chucked cold. "Okay, whatever you say." Lou poured tea for him and herself. He took a big sip. Hello, Nev, welcome. "You see, there is a stereotype that empaths make good lovers because of their ability to feel emotions during contact. Is that stereotype wrong? Let's just say there is a grain of truth in it." Kay's voice didn't change. "I had just started my service. I didn't guard important people, just mostly members of their immediate circle. Deputized assistants, mistresses, and wives, for example. Some diets allow mega dark chocolate." "Yeah, I heard that. Organic peanut on top of it makes for..." Yes. It's not the kind of work we have now, with one client and situational trips around the city, social visits, and office duties. Some of the women I protected and their friends began to suggest a more intimate collaborations, sometimes very persistently. At the time, I didn't see it as something particularly questionable. In fact, I was interested. They were stylish, sophisticated, and available. The corner of his mouth twitched, almost imperceptibly. Only I didn't take into account that those kinds of people are not used to hearing no, and I wasn't in a position to choose. They were. Escort, really? Escort, guys. Now they are working as an escort, but as a normal escort. But in the past, he was working a little bit another escort. No, Miraiba is like, she worked as an escort, of course, but sometimes, you know. Stone was waiting in the living room. The wife of an elderly bishop, who was also the owner of that huge apartment, entered, playing with her pearls. She looks like Jonas and Shazam. The empath looked at his watch. Oh my god, that haircut is so... Mademoiselle, if you haven't changed your mind about attending the performance, it's time for us to go. She approached. My husband won't be here until morning. The woman leaned against his shoulder and whispered languidly, her breath touching the skin of his neck. And I have a better idea. The empath recoiled. Justin Bieber, really. Her sticky emotions seemed to linger on him like the smell of sweat. What's the matter? Gay shuddered inwardly, disgust. He spoke as dryly as he could. I'm sorry, I think we should limit ourselves to a strictly professional relationship. What? Trying not to lose his composure, he answered more directly. I won't sleep with you. Usually in situations like that, those words put an end to everything. An awkward conversation about the misunderstanding would follow, and then they had returned to routine work. That time the rejection hit where it hurt, her position of authority. Are you out of your mind? What does that mean? Wait, do you want a bonus? I see the clear hint. Everyone needs money. You should have said so right away. You flirt nicely. I'm here to guard you, nothing more. No, he wasn't working as a prostitute, of course. But sometimes if he lacked a client, he could sleep with them. But this time he doesn't like client, so... Her confusion gave way to anger. The woman smiled arrogantly. You think you can just blow me off like that, boy? You will fuck me how I want it, when I want it. The sooner you learn that, the better, believe me. Don't pretend to be innocent. I know your reputation. Don't be stupid, my dear. Let's be honest. What else can you do? You only earn that kind of money because of your pretty face and dick. You need to calm down. Shut up right now. How do you dare refuse me? You're just a psionic. We shouldn't continue this conversation. Get out! To our mutual regret, that's impossible. Monsieur Bishop has ordered me to be with you at all times. She couldn't stand it any longer and began to scream. Bastard, when my husband returns, I will say that you came onto me. Tomorrow you will be thrown out of the AC. You will rot in a factory somewhere. Then you will come crawling back to me. Did the bishop believe her? No, but my reputation was ruined. They didn't kick me out of the AC, of course. I had a good qualifications and a high psi level, and some people stood up for me, but a lot of unpleasant conversations took place. I talked to my supervisor. I wasn't working with Wayne back then, and I asked for a transfer. Honestly, I didn't think they treated men like that. I thought it was just women. But now that I think about it, it makes sense. Loss gets to everyone's head equally. Actually, I was lucky. It could have been worse. For example, drugs slipped at a buffet table can easily loosen someone up. Have you seen that happen? Yes. After a pause, Lou said in a deliberately cheerful tone. She must have gone crazy when she found out who you are protecting now. She was very surprised, yes. Have you seen her again? Both at Cardinal Yunel's party and at the unveiling of the monument. Stone twirled his cup and looked at her from under his brows. Even without any empathy, Lou understood that her reaction and opinion were important to him. Lou shrugged. Okay, it's okay, seriously. It's none of my business after all. Okay. He threw his bag over his shoulder. I'll go now. Are you sure you can handle this yourself? Yes, thank you. At the door, Stone said. Again, I won't tell anyone anything. But this is a problem and it needs to be fixed. I know, okay. He nodded. Lou closed the door and turned on the surveillance system. She didn't even think about what she had written in her report about her reasons for shutting it off. She had more serious problems to deal with. She sat on the bed with her head in her hands. Lou tried to figure out what to do next. What should she do about Irma and Tom? Should she tell Martin? More preciously, did she have the right not to tell him? I don't want to choose. But it looks like I'm going to have to. And whose side will I be on them then? Lou looked out the window at the gradually darkening sky. Her drunk neighbor was being loud on the other side of the wall again. When the room fell into darkness, there was a knock at the door. The man was wearing a hood that hid his face. However, as soon as Lou opened the door, he immediately raised his head and she recognized him. Hello, Isaac. Foxy came here. Foxy put a finger to his lips to make it clear that Lou should stay silent. He will be on 3. He was in 1, now 2nd. Yeah. He is cool, yeah. With his other hand, the hacker showed her a piece of paper with only a few words on it. Turn off the surveillance system. Oh, we will not read it. Oh my god, okay. Thank you. Next time, we will talk with Foxy. Next time.